Hello, friends. Happy Friday. I hope you're all doing well and your weekend is off to a great start. It's great to be here with you tonight. I am enjoying my Matches Memorial Friday Savinelli with some Haunted Bookshop as is tradition, and looking forward to spending some time with you. So let's see. I just want to make sure that this actually starts going. It does appear to be going live, so that's a good thing. Still haven't quite recovered from the upgrade, but we seem to be doing okay. So let's see who we've got joining us so far. We got Steve Russell. How you doing, Steve? Kirk from Florida. Good to see you, Kirk. I was thinking about you this week. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Robert Miller. There's Tim Fournier. Scott Terry. Big Dave. Gary Edminster. Puny Pipe Man. Great to see you guys. Let's see. Tim's got some House Reserve and a bent freehand. Gary's got Irish second with vanilla custard. Lord Hogarth, good evening. He's got Ironsides and a 7LE 320 with a martini. Very nice. Todd Munson. Pensive Piper, George Tieterman. Big Dave thinks I'm dressed up. Nonsense. Tramper Scott, hello there. Scott Terry says he's loving the Peretti 150 anniversary flake, and it's in a 7LE billiard. Very nice. And Tim is shaking his head for some reason. Probably because I mispronounced his name for the 700th consecutive time. Anyway, it's great to be here. I seem to be rearranged here for some reason. I don't know. My beer is too far away. Having some of that sweet baby Jesus. I was actually thinking of a martini tonight, so I'm a little jealous of, who was that? Lord Hogarth, I think. But, out of gin again. I gotta fix that. Lurker Troy, Paul Johnson, hello. JD Smoking Pipes Apple with some LaFleur's Bluff. And Brian Dawkins, Peterson. Got a Peterson. I'm going to need the glasses. I don't know why I played it. Peterson, oh, it was my cursor was in the way. Peterson 108S, 108's estate with McBaron 7C's Royal. Good evening, Ron Hardcrackers. Beowulf and Miss Kathy, how you guys doing tonight? Great to see you. Tim got bingo, very nice. Flint Hill Briar, how you doing there tonight? Flint Hill, Gary Edminster, Kevin Doolin. Gary Edminster's got a Coors Light. A fine light beer from Coors. Michael Case, thank you, buddy. Good to see you tonight. Oh, Flint Hill had one of those days where he needs a martini. Yeah, I know the feeling. The neighbors can hear the scream when Lord Hogarth runs out of gin. I was looking across our, we don't have a liquor cabinet really. It's a little table that we've got some bottles on, and I got an awful lot of bottles of vodka that have like that much vodka in the bottom of them. So we gotta figure out what to do about that. My wife enjoys some of these flavored vodkas, and I don't like them. So she's got like this much orange vodka and this much blueberry vodka, and I think she gets to the bottom and doesn't want to finish it or something. Sailor, smoking old Joe Krantz in a very old Barling with a gin martini. Shaken, not stirred, of course. I go the other way with that Sailor, but fair enough. Robert Miller, smoking McBaron vanilla cream. Good deal, Robert. Tim could use a PBR himself. That's a pretty plain brown wrapper kind of beer there. I just realized I made a joke. I didn't intend it to come out that way. But PBR could be plain brown wrapper. How about that? Flint Hill says he's working on some gaslight and a bent billiard. And there's Doug Owen. Hello, Doug. Hope you're having a good evening out there on the left coast. I left work tonight. Left a little bit early. It was about 4 o'clock. I'm walking back to the car, and I called my wife, and I said, I've had it with this week. It's just been too much. I'm going to take off tomorrow. Expecting her to laugh because it's Friday. And her response was, okay, I thought you were really busy at work. Are you sure you can take off tomorrow? I think she's trying to get rid of me. Put them all together and make mixed berries. You know, Tim, I might have to do that, but I'm not going to drink it. That sounds disgusting. Signalman Tony, how you doing, Tony? Good to see you tonight. Pipe Tree, hey Tree, how's it going, buddy? Long time no see. And there's Yornik. Hello, hello. Our buddy Mushroom Leg, good to see you tonight. Flint Hill is recommending a Polish vodka called Luksusowa or something around that sounding. And it's potato. Yeah, I have some, it's a Russian potato vodka that I have upstairs that I like. It is surprisingly smooth to my palate, at least. Stanley Smith. Hello, smoking some Sherlock Holmes. Good to see. Oh, sorry to hear that, Tree. I hope things do get better, buddy. Oh, Doug's a lucky man. He's getting a Phil Rivera pipe, huh? Yeah, he does fantastic work. You couldn't leave that spot on the rack empty, could you, Doug? Weather Piper, hello. Good to see you too, buddy. Good to see you. Scott Terry is dividing his attention, and he's letting us know that the Bruins are up by 1. So Scott must be one of them their hockey fans. Paul Johnson. Doug, that must have been the panel billiard. Yeah, Phil's been making some nice panel pipes lately. There's Armchair Piper. How are you tonight, Ed? Brian's been experimenting with his 7 Seas Royal and rehydrated it with some Canadian Club whiskey. Interesting. Paul Johnson has 2 of Phil's pipes. They are great. They are indeed, Paul. I've got 2 myself, and I need to add one. But I'm running out of space for pipes, so gotta make space first. By the way, speaking of Phil, he was one of our one of the people that were helpfully pointing out some of the noise issues we had last week. I couldn't figure it out. And several people said they didn't hear anything. I honestly didn't go back and watch the live stream last week to see if I could hear it on the recorded version, but I did play around with the filters a bit. I hope the sound is good quality. Let me know if there's anything odd going on, or if you do hear anything tonight, and if this doesn't work, I'll try to figure it out. I'll go back and again check it and see what I can figure out. I know how that goes, Doug. The empty spot was shouting out, "I need a panel prince." Voodoo getting excited for Chicago. Fantastic. Yeah, looks like it's going to be a good time. Beowulf and Miss Kathy not smoking anything but having a big bowl of chili. Well, that'll do it. I would put down my pipe for a big bowl of chili. Chili Willy. I don't know what that is, but if it's chili based, I'm in. Clint Hill Breyer's going to upgrade his pipe shoebox to a rack. Have you seen the video of the guy that just flips the box upside down and pokes holes in it and sticks the pipes in? I think it's titled something like "Make a Pipe Rack for Free." Thank you, Tony. I appreciate that feedback on the sound. Thank you, Paul. Thank you, Weather Piper. Armchair Piper, I find it hard to believe you've got more room for pipes. Did you put on an extension? The Smooth Piper Peter, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. He's got Haunted Bookshop in his Friday Savinelli. Okay, Sailor. So you like the ice crystals. Gotcha. Yeah, it's a matter of personal preference. Doesn't matter. As long as you're enjoying what you drink, right? Tim's multitasking with the Bruins on an old cell phone. Oh boy. I hope that means that I got the bigger screen. Not that I would blame you for going the other way around, Tim, but I'd be rather proud if I got a bigger screen than the Bruins in your home, because I know you're one of them hockey guys. Kevin Doolin is asking about crooner. Does anyone detect a slight cinnamon or nutmeg smell? I can't say that I have, Kevin. Maybe someone else. I don't know what I smell in crooner, to be honest with you, though. It's kind of hard to describe. I think you should do that, Gary. I think you should have an edition put on and call it your pipe room. I like it. Flint Hill made a big pot of beef stew last night from a recipe from the Civil War. Very cool. Simple but good. Wonderful, Tim. Hillbilly Piper. Beautiful day indeed. It's really nice here, too, although apparently there's rain coming in for the weekend. Big Country Briar. Cole is well stuffed. Good to see you, Cole. Big Screen Mike. I got a new nickname, Scott Terry. Thank you. Todd Munson's got some C&D Burley Flake #1. Good stuff. Jeffrey Feinberg, thank you for asking. Mrs. CaneRod is doing really well. She's all healed up. She's using her hand again. Now she's getting ready for a dental thing that she's got to get done. It's basically some oral surgery, but that's a week from today. Got to take her in for that. And she's, don't tell her I said this, but she's a big baby when it comes to things like this. So I got to go and hold her hand through it, make sure she gets there. Yeah, Voodoo, it's definitely deer tongue, but explaining to people what that smells like if they've never experienced deer tongue is hard. It's definitely got a floral edge to it, Tim. Yeah, I would describe it as a floral vanilla, but it's kind of a. I say this and nobody knows what I'm talking about. It's like a green floral vanilla or a vegetal floral vanilla to me. Ah, Cole says sassafras and Beeman's gum. Yeah, yeah. Patrick Grant, good to see you tonight, buddy. Gary says they already got rain in Ohio. Yeah, it's coming. I'm sure Piper says he has tasted cinnamon, but he was eating a Cinnabon at the time. That might have thrown your palate off a little bit, Ed. Friday quiz from Doug Owen. Today is a person's birthday who passed away recently. Who is it? I'm not trying to run through who passed away recently. Ah, Hillbilly Piper got some tobacco seeds planted today. Good deal. I hope that goes well for you. Tell her to finish off the vodka. Yeah, that's what we'll do Friday morning to get her ready. Ha ha, Tim. Your tongue tastes like mute bucks. No, Paul Johnson, deer tongue is not vanilla. It's an herb. It's not. I don't think it's even related to vanilla. But the closest thing a lot of people can call it is vanilla-like. Oh, it tastes like vanilla. I see, Paul. You corrected it after I was babbling on. Yeah, it vanilla, but not. It's got floral notes to it. It's. And Kevin is asking about the tin note, not the taste. Could be of any of about 20,000 persons indeed, Sailor. I can't think of, I can't even think of anybody that's passed away recently. I know there were a couple in the past couple of weeks. Ah, Tom Sutz. Thank you for unlurking for a bit, buddy. Did I really say that? So he says, in an old video, I said, I like Lane Ready Rub better than Carter Hall. It's a cleaner burley. Is that still my opinion? Well, I'm sure I said it. I'm trying to remember Lane Ready Rub because it's been a while since I've had either that or Carter Hall. I mean, the thing that I recall about Lane Ready Rubbed is it did have more of a topping, but it was a cleaner flavor. It was almost like like real cocoa and maybe a bit of molasses, but didn't have much of a chemical edge to it. And the burley really shone through in it, if I'm remembering it right. So, you know, and I haven't had it in a while, but I would probably still agree with myself on that. Although, Tom, the one thing I'll point out is the newer version of Carter Hall, if you haven't tried that, which is the one made in the Dominican Republic, to my palate at least, is a cleaner burley. And like, I don't mean that the old one was bad. It's just that there's less of that topping getting in the way of it, and you can really taste the burley. So I might not agree with old me on that if I was smoking new Carter Hall versus Lane Ready Rubbed. Hope that made some sense. Elizabeth II. So that's who passed away recently that had a birthday today. Gotcha. And Jeffrey Feinberg guessed it before Doug gave the answer. Congratulations, Jeffrey. You win our admiration and respect. Big Dave wants to know if anyone has smoked Ewin Reese 3-Star Blue. I tried it once. I didn't like it. C&D has 20% off its smoking. Okay, I got to pause the live stream for a minute because I need to clear them out of Haunted Bookshop. Don't tell Everett. Don't tell the Urban Hermit. I'll tell you what, Kevin, I'll wait until after the live stream, okay? So you've got some time. Submachine, it's gonna be a long night. That's a great one, Yornik. You know, Cole, that sounds disgusting, but it's actually a pretty accurate depiction of what I'm trying to get at. It not the flowers, but the water in the flower pot that the stems have been in for a week. Yeah. I think I still have my Kruner over here. I'm gonna see if I can. Well, first off, I'll be right back. Excuse me. Oh no. Has the Kruner gone missing? I thought I still had Kruner over here. That's cube cut burley. I do not have any Kruner. That's weird. Now I'm throwing things all over. Okay, well, I thought I had Kruner. That's you. I think my wife came down when I wasn't looking and threw it away. The only explanation. So I can't even check. Maybe I finished it. I don't remember finishing it. Very curious. Pipe Ninja, how you doing, buddy? Driving across Texas and listening? We'll try not to distract you too much there. Have a safe drive. Submachine is a video game puzzle series that the Yorniks are big fans of. Gotcha. Ain't that the truth, Tim? That Rambo was a force to be reckoned with. The Smooth Piper says 3-Star Blue is awesome stuff and he loves it. Well, I'm glad somebody does. Yeah, I agree, Doug. I thought it was confusingly complex and overtopped, at least what I remember. Yeah, I hope Cliff did put a hurting on those birds there, Cole. I was going to ask him, but I don't want to distract him from driving. But I hope he had a great hunt. Yeah, Doug, I could if again from what I'm remembering, and it has been a while, but I can see the comparison between 3-Star Blue and Mixture 79. Uh, the difference being I kind of like Mixture 79. But isn't it wonderful that we all have different tastes? And that nobody wants to go and take advantage of that 20% off sale at Smoking Pipes. I hope. I don't know, Tim. I mean, you've been cheated and been mistreated. Playing the earwig game with Tim again. Patrick Grant has got some low country natural Virginia burley and a Phil Rivera saddle bit billiard. Nice. That is an excellent sleeper blend. Is that Chaso Shuli? Turkey Chaso Shuli? Am I coming even close to pronouncing that right, Yornik? I'd be amazed. Kevin's looking for some different C&D blends. Haunted Bookshop, Old Joe Krantz, Crooner, Night Train, Briar Fox, and Pegasus. What else could we suggest for Kevin Doolin? I mean, you hit the big three: the Haunted Bookshop, Old Joe Krantz, and Pegasus. At least the big three in my book. If you haven't tried the Low Country Virginia Burley, it's blended by Cornell and Deal. It's good stuff. It's worth a try and relatively inexpensive too. Maybe that's why I don't like the 3-Star Blue, Cole. Paul Johnson asking if anyone has smoked any of the Yuli's blends. I've tried some in the past. I've gotten samples, but I haven't really gotten into them much. Oh, Okay, Unix, help me out with the pronunciation here. So it's, I scrolled too far. Chashushuli. Chashushuli, a Georgian dish. Yes, Tim, but the girls ain't free. Ponderance of a Gravedigger, Country Gentleman Cobb with Gray Ghost. That's a good one. That is a fine blend. Sailor's recommending Shandygaff is another C&D Burley blend. Great recommendation, Sailor. Yeah, Kevin, I'd definitely check that one out. Pipe Tree's got some Germain Special, a lot of Kia Flake going. Gary Edminster says Spark Plug is good. Doug is recommending Big and Burley, but that does have a lot of Kia in it, just in case you care, Kevin. Ah, good point, Doug. Doug is recommending Timber Drifter for the Yuli's blends. I do recall he enjoys them. I think Tim's watching me on the big screen. He's got the Bruins on an old cell phone, and he's got a transistor radio there with some hits of the late 70s and early 80s. Very good morning to you, Welsh Piper. Hope you're doing well. Oh, interesting, Yornik. You know, there's two things in that recipe I like: stewed meat and hot sauce. So I'm going to have to look into that. Gary, if Latakia is good for what ails me, I'm probably going to be ailing for a while. Nothing against the folks that love it, because everybody's got their own taste. Ron Hardcrackers just filled a Dr. Plum pot with Haunted Bookshop with a very dry, dirty martini, 2 olives that just whispered vermouth over the glass. That's the way to do it. Man, you guys are making me wish I had some gin. There you go, Yornik. She's beckoning you with a spark plug, huh? Tim. I don't know if anybody else enjoys this, but I just find the earwig game with Tim to be hilarious. I know exactly that song. It will be stuck in my head all night, and I do not know another word of it, so I can't play back. Vacation's all he ever wanted. Oh, cigar sounds good, Ponderance. I might treat myself to a cigar one morning this weekend if the rain holds off. Ah, the game's in intermission. Gotcha, Tim. So we now have Tim's full attention. Tim, if you're talking about sending me the vacation video, please don't. You reminded me of a thing I do to my friend every Christmas with sending him a video. I don't know if I want to tell this story because it's a little complicated, but and nobody will remember this, but about 10 years ago, there was not a Nissan, a Hyundai commercial at Christmas time where there were these young, I'm going to say hipster kids, but that's probably not accurate, but it's a band actually called Pamplemousse, which is French for pineapple, I think. Anyway, and they were singing Up on the Rooftop, Up on the Rooftop, quick, 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 that song. And there was something about this commercial that really creeped him out, like he hated it. So for years, every year around, like the week around Christmas, I would get the video from YouTube and I would send it to him, and he would get really mad at me. And it got to the point where he was paying attention to the link, so I started using things like, Bitly to shorten the link and stuff. And that worked good for a couple of years, but now when you send a text message, it actually shows a preview, and I don't know how to get around that. So I haven't been able to do it to him for the last year or two. Big Dave says he had some old Sir Walter that was very smooth, but a new pouch bit his tongue. That's interesting. I've never gotten tongue bite from Sir Walter. I always found it to be pretty smooth. I wonder if the new pouch is drier. Hey Gary, some of them Gurkhas are good cigars. Yernik is trying to shame people into hitting that thumbs up button. And I'm all for it. How about Christmas songs by the waitresses? Flint Hill's taking Christmas songs by the waitresses for 1,000 Alex. I think there's only one. Vacation video virus. Thank you, Tim. Rain deep pause. Yep. It's grapefruit in German. Thank you, Flint Hill. I don't know why I was thinking French. Of course, they're a German band. Ah, Steve was being silly with the Chili Willy. Okay. Hey, that rhymed. And Haunted Bookshop makes a great dessert indeed. Oh, that Cars for Kids commercial is horrible, Michael. I haven't heard that in a while, though. SoCal Piper, howdy. Good to see you, buddy. Tim, I think that is incorrect. Doug, it's a strange thing, that Cars for Kids thing. Pamplemousse is French. Oh, I don't care. It's not English. Tubi plays an Amazon commercial. Oh, Lord Hogarth, is it that one with the girl in the yellow jacket and the mustache? Because that thing, I don't understand it. I don't know what it's trying to tell me to do, and I just, yeah. I would gladly poke my eyes out in order to not see that again. That's not true, but I'd come close to it. Ponderance of a Gravedigger had some Squadron Leader the other day for the first time in a while, and it's so good. Good for you, buddy. You know, Doug's comments about the kids driving. My wife had a, oh, what year was it? The 1980 something Nissan Sentra. Um, and this thing was a terrible car. Well, it was actually a good car in terms of its reliability. The haunted bookshop is done here, by the way. A good car in terms of the reliability, but it was old, and like the carpet needed to be replaced, and I replaced it, and that's a long story. And it didn't have air conditioning, and we had moved to Atlanta, and we bought a new Ford Ranger at the time. This was in '95, with air conditioning and all that, which she immediately adopted, even though it was my car. So I got stuck driving the Nissan without air conditioning. Anyway, we moved up here back to Philadelphia, back to Pennsylvania. She was from Pittsburgh in 2000, and still had this Nissan, and it turned out the frame cracked on it, and you know it's. I felt kind of bad because the thing would still be running. The engine was perfect on it, but anyway, we had to get rid of it. And what do you do with something like that? You can't sell it. You can't really trade it in. And so she found this charity that would take the cars in any condition, and you just you get a tax deduction for it and everything. So I said, okay, well, we'll do that. And they show up, and we're looking over the paperwork, and it was Cars for the Blind, and it was so hard for me not to make a joke about that. And not that I think well, it is funny. I mean, blind people shouldn't be driving, uh, but it's a good charity, and they sell the car, even if they just sell it for scrap, and the money goes to promoting, I don't know, helping them get braille supplies or whatever blind people, maybe seeing eye dogs, whatever. So it's a good charity, but they probably should have come up with a better way to name it than Cars for the Blind. Let's see. I fell behind here a bit. Ron says after a bowl of chili, he has another bowl of chili for dessert. Yes, Lord Hogarth, we just don't know. Oh, don't Google that, Flint Hill. Don't. Bremen Pipe Smoker just reviewed a grapefruit infused aromatic and says it tastes like burning rubber. I'm going to stay away from that one. The Transylvania Acceptance commercial. I don't know if I've seen that one, Tim. Yeah, Sailor, I don't think there's going to be a lot of Bud Lights drunk in these parts. What is Rumpelminz? I believe that's a mint schnapps. Yeah, Big Dave is asking. Just trying to get caught up here. Yeah, Flint Hill, that's true. It's not very difficult for me to boycott Anheuser-Busch because I don't think I ever liked it. SoCal's having an Arnold Palmer. Good deal. Ganjuana. Hello. That's a terrible but funny joke. Tim is loading up some house reserve in his Molina Calabash. Oh, Cole. I'm glad you found the back seat adequate. No, Mushroom Leg. It hasn't been asked, and I was hoping nobody would ask because I haven't watched it yet. And it's not that I don't want to, it's just that I'm trying to navigate the wife. And although she did tell me that I can watch it, I just have to wait until she goes up to bed. So hopefully this weekend I'll be able to watch it. I'm looking forward to it. I need another pipe. And believe it or not, I was considering crooner tonight, but I don't know where the crooner is, interestingly. I did have a breakthrough, and we didn't even need to go to counseling for this. My wife told me that I'm allowed to smoke crooner on the back patio. So as long as I'm out of the house, I'm allowed to smoke it. That's a big change. I'm going to be smoking my, this is a Jason Mouton Lavat. Very nice pipe. And you know what? I'm just going to have some more Haunted Bookshop. Because I got it, and I don't have to think about it. There's Couch typing on his new MacBook Air. What does that mean, MacBook Air? I honestly, I know nothing about Apple products. So is it Air because it is light, or is it like a cloud-based thing, or is it just a name? You know, Yornik, I saw I was looking at I forget if it was Tubi or Plex that I installed on Chromecast, and I was just looking through the horror movies, and Midnight Meat Train popped up, and I thought of you. So it's not high on my list of things to watch, but I will eventually get around to it. Yeah, it really isn't beer, Doug. You think I should smoke the 4 dot while watching The Shining, Tim? Couch says he doesn't hear the fan running. Yeah, I played with the audio filters tonight, Couch, so I hope I got it worked out okay. We will see. I don't know what was going on last week because there were some people that heard it and some people that didn't, and I haven't gotten around to checking myself. The MacBook Air is a laptop, says Couch. So are there MacBooks that aren't laptops? Tim says it's a lighter weight MacBook. Air because it's lightweight. Okay. Yeah, I highly doubt that's right, Couch. I mean, I'm sure it's awesome if you don't want to actually do anything other than what the company that sells it allows you to do. Then it's probably awesome. Couch, I'm trying to remember. I mean, I know you're a Dunhill smoker now, but did you also get a 4 dot? Oh, Big Dave, that would be hilarious. That would be a good Sunday afternoon, too. Well, Flint Hill says LeBlat isn't all that great, but it makes him think of curling and hockey. Patrick Lurker Troy says Moosehead rocks. And Patrick Grant wants a 4 dot. Well, get one, Patrick. Come on. All the cool kids have them now. Yeah, Michael Case, I'm trying to hold back. Yeah, Doug, I don't know. I don't know what to pair with The Shining, to be honest. That might be a cigar movie. We'll see. Gary says he hasn't heard the toilet flush, so the filter must be working. Well, I'm glad to hear it, Gary. Okay, you're getting it refurbished. Gotcha, Couch. Good deal, Patrick. The Rumple minces peppermint? Okay, Paul. Kevin's asking if anyone's noticed ghosting from Crooner. I have not, Paul. Is that Paul or I'm sorry, Kevin? I have not, but maybe other folks have. Oh, Doug, I disagree with you. Curling can be pretty exciting. I mean, I've smoked a fair amount of Crooner, Kevin, and have not noticed ghosting. But I mean, to be honest, I think Crooner is more likely to ghost your mouth than your pipe. What I mean by that is the next couple of bowls you smoke, whether it be in the same pipe or a different pipe, you're still going to get that deer tongue flavor for some reason. The Mad Piper, hello, buddy. You can't be late here. Don't worry about it. Sailor says it's good pairing The Shining with the remote so I can turn it off. No, Michael, I've only had one acid cigar and I will never have another. So that's not going to happen. Yeah, Gary, sometimes someone is walking upstairs, so that might have been what you heard. It's an old house, the floors creak and all that, but you know. We try our best with the audio filtering and everything, but this is a noisy place, to be honest with you. If some night I'm going to turn the filters off and let you hear just how bad it is. Paul Johnson's putting in a plug for Rad Pipes. He does do some amazing work for sure. Couch says curling is boring just like Canada. Ouch. I have to take issue with you on that, Couch. I don't think curling is boring, but I watch cricket. And Canada, there's at least a couple places that aren't boring in Canada. Doug Owen says The Shining would be a great cigar movie along with Jack Daniels, which Jack has a close encounter with in one of the creepiest bars ever filmed. Well, I got to go get some gin this weekend, so maybe I'll pick up some Jack Daniels as well. Best part about curling is when the ladies release the stone quite serious. Oh, quite sensuous. Ha! No, Couch, it's not acid in a cigar. Okay, Ganji. Little Piper Todd, how you doing? Do I have a pipe made before 1912? I doubt it, Tim. Patrick asks if anyone's doing Paladin Piper's Codger Challenge. I apologize. I'm so out of the loop. I don't even know what it is, Patrick. So I'm not, but I'll have to look into it. Sailor says in the Caribbean, cricket was the game on Friday nights. Yeah, I enjoy cricket. I know a lot of people find it boring, but I think, baseball fans should see something in it. Yeah, Flint Hill. I think there are different, well, I know there are different acid cigars, but there are some that are better than others, but the one I had was definitely not in that better category, and I don't want to risk it. I will never again try one. There's plenty of good cigars out there. Ah, it happens, Ganji. It's all downhill from there. But it made me laugh. The thought of 20-something-old little couches running around the world is terrifying, couch. Especially if they all simultaneously reach their CDK phase. Oh, that is cool, Doug. 1915 Peterson. I restored a Peterson the closest I could date it was somewhere around 1910, and that was a really cool pipe. Kevin says cricket matches are way too long. Eh, I mean, I think people agree with you because they've shortened them quite a bit, but yeah, I don't know. Oh yeah, Patrick, I think I recall you talking about that one night. So his great grandfather was a bowler on the West Indian team back in '26, the West Indian cricket team. That is cool. Kevin's got an interesting way of making the game a bit more exciting. Very funny, Lurker Troy. Oh, yes, little couches on that would be particularly terrifying couch. But I like Tim's comment. Little couches would be love seats. I mean, there's a play on words to be had there. Yeah, Doug, they've really come about as close as I think they can come to ruining the game without ruining the game. I mean, I'll still watch it because I just love baseball, but it's it's a shadow of what it's supposed to be. Dry Fly Fisher 11, good evening to you. I probably told this story before, but I actually discovered cricket on my honeymoon. My wife and so I had a scientific conference to go to in New Zealand, and I took my wife along, and she just hung out during the conference, and then afterwards we traveled around New Zealand for a week, and it was a great time. But while I was there, like the first night or two, I turned on the TV and there was a cricket match, and I was like, well, but how the heck are they playing? I knew cricket existed, but I didn't know anything about the rules, and I spent an inordinate amount of time trying to figure the game out. and it was always on. So, every chance I got, I was sitting there watching cricket on TV, trying to figure out the rules and stuff. It was like a big puzzle to me. And the fact that it was technically our honeymoon. I mean, we were married prior to that, but this was our first chance to really get away. I think she still holds that against me a little bit. So cricket's a sore spot for us. Beowulf and Miss Kathy like watching curling because it's the only sport that moves slower. Andrew Sirigliano, happy Friday, Andrew. Good to see you. Patio furniture, Michael. Come on. Okay. Interesting, Ron. So the Cadre Challenge, and this is Paladin Piper, if I recall. Only smoke one bulk or pouch blend with only two pipes, one briar and one non-briar for 30 days. Um, it's interesting. I don't think I would do it. I just, I don't think I could go that long without some haunted bookshop. Yornik says the video is hiccuping. Try refreshing your browser, Yornik. Everything's good on this end. Yeah, Doug, I agree with you. There should be no clock in baseball, and that is part of the beauty of the game. But at least they've limited the shift, which, helps with some of the strategy. Of course, the designated hitter has taken away a lot of strategy too, so I don't know. Tim says bass fishing is the slowest sport. Only if you're watching. And you do have to do a VR for the Cadre Challenge. Well, that's cool. I will probably not join in, but I'll definitely enjoy seeing some of those videos. Stephen Skip, how you doing tonight? Good to see you. Each pipe has to be smoked twice, says Patrick. Oh, that's cool, Cole. Yeah, we've got the Allentown Iron Pigs, just about 45 minutes away, and every year we say we're going to go to a lot of games, and of course we never do, but we try to get to at least one or two a year. And I love minor league. It's just a great experience. Smaller stadium, a lot of fun. Every bit as exciting as a major league game, and a lot cheaper. Andrew's asking if anyone else is going to Chicago next weekend. I know Voodoo is going to be there. Anybody else planning on heading to Chicago? I unfortunately am not. If Haunted Bookshop smokes, Ron, I might have to reconsider. If Haunted Bookshop smokes, if Haunted Bookshop counts. And Patrick says his first video is up. Well, I will check that out. And anybody else, Patrick Grant 2112, go check him out and give him a like and a sub. Lurker Troy says he doesn't do videos. You don't have to show yourself, Troy. I mean, we've had a lot of guys that just do audio and whatever they're smoking on the table or something like that. But hey, whatever you're comfortable doing. Andrew's been to a bunch of Iron Pig games. Yeah. That's true. You get the pros and the rehab work towards the end of the season. That's kind of cool too. Andrew, we should probably try to Try to meet up for one of those. No, Tim, that's one thing that will never happen. I cannot stand that man. First pro game postponed because of a solar eclipse. Really, Michael? That's pretty cool. Mushroom Leg has a channel that's had 9 subscribers for 3 months. Well, we got to fix that, Mushroom Leg. So I want everybody to go right now and find Mushroom Leg and give him a sub. Oh, that's cool, Dry Fly Fisher. Grandfather owned a baseball team called the Clowns, and they signed a player who was known as Hank Aaron. That is pretty cool. Parik Piper Skip. How you doing, Skip? Good to see you tonight. We'll do, Andrew. We'll do. And getting back to the pipe. How did I lose that word? Pipe shows. There we go. I kept thinking convention, and that wasn't right. Pipe shows. I am definitely going to go to Columbus again this year, and I'm more than 50% certain I'm going to make Vegas. So, really looking forward to that. The only thing that will get in my way is just the amount of vacation, because my wife is spending my vacation like she normally spends my money. Don't tell her I said that. So we're supposed to go, she wants to take her mom and dad to the beach, and that's a good thing to do, and I'm all for it. But that's going to be about a week in, is it early June? So I think it's the first week in June. And then the week prior to that, I don't know if did I tell the Bruce Hornsby story? This is an interesting, it's interesting the way my life works. You should go to Columbus, Couch. It's not that long of a drive. Voodoo says Chicago might as well be a convention. I don't know what the difference is between a convention and a show, Voodoo. I don't know. Paul Johnson, I agree with you. Golf has to be the slowest sport. I cannot watch golf. Yes, Tim, I know. I know vacation's all you ever want. Darn it, it's back. Oh no, sorry to hear that, Steph. Yeah, we just paid the tax man as well, and it wasn't good. Wasn't good. We had a couple of really good years there for a while, and now it's swinging back in the other direction. So nobody said I've told the Bruce Hornsby story, so I'll tell it, and you can stop me. Well, I'm gonna tell it anyway. Don't stop me. So the last time my wife was in Pittsburgh, she calls me up and she says, Bruce Hornsby's playing in Pittsburgh. I have no idea where. Some relatively small venue. And asked me if I wanted to go, and I thought, well, I'm not a huge Bruce Hornsby fan, but you know, he's okay, and he played with the dead for a while, and that's kind of cool. So yeah, sure, why not? And okay, so she buys tickets, and she says, "Well, it's on a Wednesday night." I'm like, "Oh, great! Now I'm gonna have to take off like most of a week because to get there, in time, and then Wednesday night, I'm gonna not be able to drive home on Wednesday night. So this is, at least 3 days I gotta take off, and but okay, it's fine." And so we're talking about this, and after she gets back, and what our plans are going to be and all that. And I said, well, at least we can, find a nice restaurant because I think it's in the city of Pittsburgh. Her family lives outside of the city. And I said we could find a nice restaurant downtown and go and have dinner. And she said, well, I'll have to check because we'd have to have time. How did she put this? I guess we could have dinner and then go to my parents' house before the concert. And I said, well, okay, but why would we have to do that? And she said, well, my mom doesn't like to leave my dad for more than 3 hours or something like that. Okay, but I still don't quite understand, why can't we just, see them after the concert? And she said, oh no, my mom's going. Oh, didn't realize we were taking your mom to the Bruce Hornsby. I don't know why her mom wants to go see Bruce Hornsby, but she does, and I think her mom just will do anything to get out of the house these days. So I'm going to the Bruce Hornsby concert with my wife and my mother-in-law. My, I believe, 90-year-old mother-in-law. She's not 90, she's close to it. You wouldn't know it. I mean, she doesn't appear that old, but yeah, should be fun. Flint Hill likes watching cycling. Lurker Troy likes watching women's beach volleyball. Cole, I'd think of it that way, but I don't even get to drive because my wife gets car sick. So I'll probably wind up sitting in the back seat. You taking off, Brian? Well, thank you for joining us, and have a great weekend, buddy. Somebody mentioned cycling, and this is probably going to get me in trouble with a lot of you guys, but I've never understood racing as a sport. Especially the track racing, like the Indy 500. I don't know. I just don't get it. To me, there's just nothing exciting about watching somebody drive in a circle. And I find cycling to be even less interesting than that. And I do not understand these people that will watch cycling for hours. I don't get it. uh, yeah, I know, Doug. I know. I don't think there was any free bird shouting, Skip, but yeah, Lord Hogarth, that is hilarious. I, it's not like it was on my list of things to do. I'm not trying to say I was a great, I'm a huge Bruce Hornsby fan or anything. I just thought, well, it'll be a nice evening out with my wife, and we haven't had a lot of chance to do that, and I've been wanting to get into Pittsburgh to see my in-laws, and also it just seemed like an okay thing to do, but Tim says at least she didn't want to go to a Slipknot concert. I don't know what that is, Tim, which means I'm glad she didn't. Dry fly fisher, got him hooked on 8 o'clock coffee. Getting commission checks in the mail. Great cost to taste ratio. Much like a good bulk blend. Yeah, I agree. Although, I don't know if you've noticed or not, but they've changed the size of their bags. So you used to get I think it was a 36-ounce bag, and now it's a 32-ounce bag or something like that. I don't remember. But I buy 4 bags at a time, and that means I'm now getting a pound less coffee every time for the same price. So that annoyed me a bit, but what are you going to do? Mike Blocker, how you doing? Good to see you. Nice of you to join us tonight. Andrew Sirigliano is defending F1. Yeah, I'm not saying that you're wrong to enjoy it. I just don't get it. Windhill gets up early sometimes to watch the races in France or Belgium. Yornik says last concert he went to was Venomous Mind. Proper metal band, kids at heart. Very cool. Oh God, Steph, you went to see Depeche Mode. Oh no. The Feminine Dances, the band. That's, I would draw the line there. That's just, I know, I can't do that. Always making left turns. There you go. Beowulf and Miss Kathy, indeed. Oh no, I'm getting another video from Tim. So remind me not to click on any links that Tim sends me. Voodoo wants to know if anyone is annoyed by the Selecta-size paper towels. Actually, Voodoo, I like them because when I'm down here in the shop, cleaning pipes or something, I'm always cutting paper towels into smaller pieces just because I don't usually need a full-size towel. But in the kitchen, I can see where they're a bit annoying because every time I try to pull off a full sheet, I wind up getting a half a sheet. So yeah. ENAS Dad, good to see you, buddy. How you been? Michael says horse racing was big, but the state casinos have ruined the market. Yeah, the 24/7 gambling is certainly has changed the complexion of that sport. All right, Dry Fly Fisher, you thanks for joining us. You have a great night and a good weekend as well. And Beowulf and Miss Kathy are calling it in to the long day. Well, you guys have a great weekend. Thank you so much for joining us. Good to see you. Skip's not a fan of the Selecta-size paper towels either, huh? Stanley Smith says Barancini pipes are good. He's got a few. Yep, I don't have any, but I've worked on them. They're fine pipes. Yeah, Doug, I'm sure that's it. I'm sure it's they had the choice of raising the price or decreasing the size, and people would probably complain more about a higher price. So. Lurker Troy says Tiddlywinks can put an eye out. You got to be careful with those, Troy. Lord Hogarth was dabbling in child abuse, trying to take his teen daughter to a Styx concert. That is funny. Mushroom Leg is asking if I have a favorite dinosaur. That's an interesting question. I've always been a Stegosaurus fan, to be honest. Always liked the horns and that shield. Oh, you think that you actually use more of them, Voodoo? That's interesting. Haunted Bookshoposaurus. There you go, Robert. Patrick Grant likes the Velociraptor. Anybody else have a favorite dinosaur? There's something we have not talked about. Full contact tiddlywinks. Didn't know you played that way, too. Steph's giving up dancing tonight, huh? I know how you feel. We got what, 10 minutes left, and I'm probably gonna be asleep in 15. All right, Robert Miller, you have a great weekend too. Thanks for joining us tonight. Jim PM says the current version of Styx can still kick it. Mushroom Leg is a T-Rex fan. Well, Steph, we are quite honored that that you would choose us for a late night. Oh, now Lord Hogarth is trying to get songs stuck in my head. Yeah, Cole, 8 o'clock makes a couple of good blends. I like the original, but it's just what I'm used to, I guess. Doug Owen's favorite dinosaur is Godzilla. I wish I would have thought of that first, Doug. I would have said the same. Skip seconding Godzilla. I think we got a quorum on Godzilla. Yep. Peter likes T-Rex as well. Mike Blocker says T-Rex is like a 7-foot dude on a laptop. You mean with the arms? Yeah. Yeah, gators are old, Unic. Indeed. Voodoo's got several pipes to mud tomorrow. Beginning a burn through. Good that you're catching it. Salvador Dali was a dinosaur? I did not know that, Steph. I think there's a joke in there that I'm not getting. Tim's going with the pterodactyl? The terrifying flying dinosaur? At least nobody said Barney. Indeed, that would have been a bad thing. Mushroom Legs picking Godzilla. I think Godzilla's going to win. All right, Cole, thanks for joining us, buddy. You have a great weekend, too. Doug, are you going that into that Raymond Burr thing again? Anybody who's got a crush on Godzilla is okay by me. Brian Woodsworth's favorite dinosaur is Bruce Hornsby. Tim says T-Rex is an underrated band. Bang a gong. Is that who sang that, Tim? I have no. I remember the song, kinda. Tim's going with Dino. There you go. Piper said going with Dino is okay. Godzilla's got some competition from Dino now. Well, Yernick Gamera was a flying turtle, not a dinosaur, so. And Godzilla was better. Piper on the 45. Go and get that nap, and you have a great weekend. Thanks for joining us. We don't want you to break your jaw for sure. Paul Johnson likes Godzilla as well. Oh, Steph, I hated that commercial. The Slee Stacks from Land of the Lost. There you go, Jim PM. Mad Piper's looking for a recommendation between Cherry Bomb, Colt Red Moon, Lane 1Q, Balkan Sobrani, or Maltese Falcon. If I had to choose from those, I would probably say Maltese Falcon, but that's just me. SoCal Piper, good night, buddy. Thank you for joining us. Have a great weekend. Ooh, dude. Ron, Mothra was not a dinosaur. I don't know that Godzilla was a dinosaur. Godzilla is described as a radioactive lizard, and the Japanese word, actually, if I'm remembering it right, it means it's like whale. It's something whale. Um, I don't know if he was supposed to be a dinosaur. Oh, that's cool, Steph. Local guy makes candles in old tobacco tins. Very cool. Oh, that is cool. Skip's got a Mothra collectible in the box. Wow. So I've got a Godzilla shirt that I wear sometimes, and I don't know why I've been doing this. I'm a child, and I think it's funny. So my wife doesn't like what she would call scary movies, and not that Godzilla is particularly scary, and she's watched Godzilla with me, but every time I put this shirt on, I'll walk up to her and I'll point to Godzilla on the shirt and I'll say, "Just so you know, This is not the real Godzilla. It's just a picture. It makes me laugh, and she just rolls her eyes. But yeah. Tim says Godzilla is a radioactive T-Rex and grows his arms. Tobacco Pipes International. How you doing, Mark? Coming in with just a few minutes to go, but it's good to see you. There's Pipe Smoker 795. Good to see you. I got some beer to drink here. We'll probably go a few minutes over, but I can't go too late tonight because I will not be able to stay awake. You will see me fall asleep. That's how long this week has been. Tim says Godzilla is the new lead singer of The Doors? That's going right over my head, Tim. Yes, silly t-shirts are wonderful, Yornik. Gorilla whale. Thank you, Voodoo. Yes, I couldn't remember what the other part was. I knew it was a whale. And of course, that makes no sense because if you combined a gorilla and a whale, I don't think it would look like Godzilla. But all I can say is Japanese. Oh, same to you, TP. I hope you have a blessed weekend as well. Yes, you gotta love Blue Oyster Cult's Godzilla. Blue Oyster Cult's actually playing in a local show here. I have to find out what the dates are because that would be kind of fun to see. Not a huge fan, but who doesn't love Godzilla? And heck, once you've given in to Bruce Hornsby, you can watch anything, right? My pipe is out, and I am not going to refill because gotta sleep. Patrick Grant likes Black Blade by Blue Oyster Cult. I don't know that one, Patrick, but I'll look it up. Pipe Smoker 795 says he visited the Briar and the Burley shops in Bloomington, Indiana, and highly recommends it. Good deal. You're in the area, check it out. Good night, Sailor. You enjoy your weekend too? Oh, Lizard King reference. Gotcha, Tim. Gotcha. There goes Tokyo. And Jim PM thinks he's turning jet. Yeah. Yeah, the ticket prices are getting out of control, Steph. I don't know if any of you guys have been following the Cure has been touring in Europe, and apparently Ticketmaster has really been screwing people over with the ticket prices. Like they much higher than what, and there's been all kinds of back and forth between the band and Ticketmaster, and yeah, I think a lot of people are making money, and it's not the performers. Good night, Michael Case. Have a good weekend, buddy. A good point, Yernick. They won't disappoint. Duran is that much? My goodness. Mike Blocker, you have a good weekend too. Thanks for joining us tonight, buddy. Well, folks, we're just about at the end here. And like I said, I've had a really long week and looking forward to a good sleep tonight and hopefully a relaxing weekend. I will do something on Sunday, so I'll be back with a video on Sunday. And of course, we'll be back next week unless the wife requires any extra care after her dental procedure. It's unlikely because it's in the morning. I think she'll be fine by 8 p.m. here, but just warn you that there might be a last minute change, but 99% chance I'll be back next week. So y'all take care. You guys heading out to the Chicago show. I think that's happening next weekend. But anyway, enjoy. And I'll look forward to seeing you all again soon. Thank you for joining us tonight. Had a great time. So you all take care. Have a fantastic weekend. And look forward to talking all again real soon. Take care, guys. I can't turn it off.